Hello, how you guys doing? Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. I'm your host Gigi, and we have some breaking news to tell you all. We have to give up prayers to Jaguar Wright. If you guys did not know, she has been the one that has been exposing Diddy. She's been exposing Beyonce, Jay-Z, and a list of other celebrities. And when I tell you, they are upset about it. I don't know if you guys know, but you probably do. Beyonce, Oprah, Jay-Z, it was a list of them. They were pushing for Miss Harris to win, and we all know the fate of that outcome. Well, they're blaming Jaguar Wright. They feel that by her exposing their truth to the public, it has lessened their influence. They feel like if it wasn't for Jaguar Wright exposing all this stuff about Diddy, Beyonce, Jay-Z, they could have influenced more people so that Miss Harris could win. So they are telling me this, that they are putting a hit out on Jaguar Wright. They are upset and they're going to take it out on her. I cannot confirm this to be true. This is what I'm hearing in these streets. And I do have a video that states this. And it was interesting because yesterday she was just doing popcorn. And this is what she had to say. And I want you guys to listen to this part.
The best way to infiltrate hip hop and control it is to take criminals who are, down on their luck, infuse them into the rap world, and then make them your agent.
And people are saying she is referring to Jay-Z. She is saying Jay-Z is the puppet, so is Diddy, and so is the rest of them. And they are upset. And they all eyes on her. They are saying this. So I would like for you guys to watch this video with me. And I just want to say thank you all for the support and the love. Make sure you guys comment because I love to read your comments. All right, so let's react to this video together.
Like Jaguar Wright might have bitten off a little more than she can chew because she's just gotten on Beyonce's bad side. And she's now claiming that Beyonce has allegedly put out a hit on her and is allegedly trying to unalive her. In case you missed it, Jaguar has been in an overdrive these past couple of weeks, exposing some tantalizing secrets about Beyonce and Jay-Z. Well, y'all know that Beyonce does not play when it comes to her man. So she's immediately went into defense and took legal action against Jaguar. But Jaguar is now claiming that not only did Beyonce do that, but she's also allegedly hired people to unalive her, to silence her completely. Y'all, the situation is about to get messy because Jaguar did her thing and pulled up with receipts. But if we're being honest, we all kind of saw this coming because Jaguar has been running her mouth for a long time. Her comments have been outrageous to say the very least, but fans are convinced that there was a lot of truth to what she's saying. A lot of fans expected her to face multiple lawsuits, slander, defamation, cease and desist orders, essentially the kind of legal action that would make it difficult for her in her life. However, according to her bodyguard, Jay-Z chose to avoid any legal confrontation. And this happened a couple of months ago before her current situation with Jay-Z's wife, Beyonce. But we'll get into that Beyonce drama in a little bit. According to the bodyguard, Jay-Z allegedly planned to have Jaguar jumped instead of filing a lawsuit because pursuing a case against her would only draw unwanted attention and raise questions about whether he was trying to silence Jaguar because of her knowledge of sensitive information. Jay-Z allegedly took it a far more extreme route and attempted to have Jaguar eliminated to keep her quiet. Given her history of exposing celebrities, especially the Carters, this latest development couldn't be all that surprising. Let's not forget that Jaguar was the first to call out both Jay-Z and Diddy. From Diddy's questionable business practices to his extreme treatment of women, she didn't even hold back and spill all the details. Well, Jaguar also did her research on Jay-Z, digging deep into his web of questionable connections within the industry, and including his weird friendship with R. Kelly. She even claimed that Jay-Z allegedly helped cover up some of R. Kelly's more shady activities. And Jaguar stirred the pot further by suggesting that Jay-Z might have been aware of R. Kelly's disturbing behavior long before it became public knowledge, but chose to turn a blind eye because of the bro code. Then there was this infamous scandal involving R. Kelly's allegedly falsifying documents to marry Aaliyah when she was just 15, while he was nearly 30. Despite all that controversy, Jay-Z didn't exactly distance himself from R. Kelly. They continued to collaborate on music and even went on tour together, which raised plenty of eyebrows for obvious reasons.
Working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all those records together. They both fucked Aaliyah. They shared so much in common. You know? And then there was a falling out. And that's like it never happened. Whoever talks about best of both worlds? Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
And that was the moment Jaguar spilled all the tea on Jay-Z. According to her, if we thought Diddy was controversial, Jay-Z was supposedly 10 times worse.
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. This pussy been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 fucking years. He's fucking worse.
Well, Jaguar didn't mince words when it came to Jay-Z's shady business dealings either. At one point, she claimed that Jay-Z allegedly betrayed his partner Dame Dash by selling Rockefeller Records behind his back. But here's where it gets even more interesting. According to Jaguar, Aaliyah had feelings for Dame and chose to date him instead of Jay-Z, who was already also romantically interested in her. Well, Jay-Z was reportedly so jealous over this that in an act of rage, he blindsided Damon by selling the label, supposedly to punish him for winning Aaliyah's heart.
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for a dollar. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give a fuck if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was fucking the girl that didn't want you.
Oh.
In another bombshell interview, Jaguar dropped some serious claims hinting that Jay-Z allegedly brought Rihanna over from Barbados to the U.S. And let's just say she wasn't just sightseeing as a teenager because something shady was going on.
Who discovered Rihanna? 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room on the island where she comes from, with no parental supervision. Then she was put on a private plane, a minor, from one country to another, without parental supervision. And she ended up in a boardroom, Mr. Company, without parental supervision. Y'all got young children. Would you just let your daughter leave and go to a whole other country with some motherfucking niggas you don't know?
Absolutely not.
Doing talent shows at 3 a.m.
So you're saying that the rumors are true. There are rumors circulating that Rihanna was actually trafficked here. Are you saying that
Starting to sound that. Because the daddy you show up to 24 hours later to pick up a $500,000 check for his daughter's ass. Maybe we should look more into that album, Auntie. That album cover was disturbing. A child bride with a crown over her head and blood streaming on her face. I don't know. How don't people see SOSs anymore?
I can't confirm all those details either, but those allegations definitely raised some eyebrows. It adds an intriguing layer to the story of Rihanna's early days with Jay-Z, which has always been a bit of a mystery. At just 16, Rihanna flew from Barbados to the U.S. alone for an audition with Jay-Z and L.A. Reid. She impressed them so much that L.A. Reid insisted Jay-Z sign her on the spot. recognizing her potential to be a superstar. The narrative is often spun as a heartwarming tale of Jay-Z discovering a raw talent and making a late-night push to sign her. But the reality, according to Rihanna herself, seems far from the fairy tale version. She also claimed that Jay-Z even threatened her during the negotiations, reportedly warning that he might throw her out of his 27th floor office window if she didn't sign the 6-album deal with Def Jam.
So nervous. I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming. And you had to sing a cappella for him? Yes, I had to sing. I sang Fun to Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time. Yeah. So then what did he say to you? He said something to you. Oh yeah, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief. But then he said something about a window and a door. Oh, then he said, he did a whole lot. I did a lot on you. He said, there are two ways to leave here. Either through the door with the deal signed, or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor. So you was like, where's the picture? Signing. Yeah. And I'm sure working with Jay-Z, you've met Beyonce. That's right.
Well, Rihanna tried to brush it off with a very nervous laugh, but it was clear the situation wasn't easy. Imagine being just 16, far from home in Barbados, and having to trust every decision Jay-Z made. She reluctantly agreed to that 6-album deal with Def Jam, locking herself into a long-term commitment. The kicker? Jay-Z had her sign this contract on the spot, without a lawyer looking over the fine print. Everybody knows you need legal protection when signing something that big. It's no wonder Rihanna was desperate to break free from that deal. She released 8 albums back-to-back and then disappeared from the music scene for nearly a decade. And who could blame her? It was the kind of shady setup anyone would want to escape. While she did return from the Black Panther soundtrack, that hardly counts as a full comeback. Jaguar also stirred the pot further by claiming that Jay-Z allegedly paid $500,000 to Rihanna's father, adding even more complexity to the situation. She even suggested that Jay-Z may have pressured Rihanna into a relationship while she was signed to him. At the time, Rihanna's publicist claimed that he started the rumors, saying, "The PR stunt that I did was out of desperation to help break Honda Replay." He wrote, "It was reckless and I didn't think it was going to work. It was just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what would stick. I didn't think it would be this big story, but now knowing that people are profiting from speculations and opinions about her really turns my stomach. I'm ashamed that I'm even talking about this. I just want to put this rumor to rest once and for all." But according to Jaguar Wright, the alleged affair really happened, and she claimed that Jay-Z even allegedly gave Rihanna the hurt.
Like, people don't understand what happened that night. And that's because Jay-Z worked so fucking hard to change the narrative of that night. Now, Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started fucking with her and signed to the Def Jam. It's clear to say that the herpes that she had came from the person she had been most sexually involved with, and that was Sean Carter.
And hold on to your butts because the drama keeps unfolding. Jaguar went on to put herself in the middle of it all, claiming that she was one of Jay-Z's victims too. For those who don't know, Jaguar used to sing backup for Jay-Z, and according to her, things got physical. She alleged that Jay-Z put hands on her, leaving her bruised. But that's not even the most shocking part. She went as far as to show off scars she says came from the encounter while Jay-Z allegedly attacked her with a box cutter.
It's bad, it's the devil. I know that for a fact. The scars to prove it. Oh.
So there's been so many people on the internet trying to figure out where you are. They're watching you. They're doing all types of stuff trying to figure you out.
You know what a box cutter feels like, going into your skin and ripping you? I'll tell you how it feels. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. That Cassie shit, that's nothing.
So are you trying to say like Jay-Z put hands on you?
I'm saying Sean Carter remembers everything he did to me, and he's got it in too. Just like him.
Y'all, it's no wonder that she hates the Carters. Now, this is where it gets interesting. A few months ago, Jaguar got arrested by the police. Just days before her arrest, Jaguar hinted at having some old footage of Jay-Z acting all high and mighty, allegedly using his past to intimidate people into silence. She teased that these clips would expose a whole new side of him, claiming that she was ready to release the footage and finally take Jay-Z down once and for all.
You're gonna pay me. I got your boy Diddy by the nuts. Come on, things. Right here.
Just days after all that chaos, Jaguar found herself in some serious legal trouble, hit with a hefty theft charge, accused of stealing property valued between $30,000 and $150,000. But Jaguar wasn't going down without a fight. She claimed the whole thing was a setup, pointing fingers at some Hollywood's biggest players, especially Jay-Z, accusing him of trying to silence her once and for all. Then the next thing we knew, her bodyguard dropped some even more alarming claims, suggesting this might not just be about legal trouble. Allegedly, there was a darker plot in play, an effort to take her out permanently.
My name is Angelo, and I am Jaguar Wright's manager, friend, charge of security. I grew up with Jag in Philly, living most of my life on the Italian market, and the job is to keep Jaguar alive as long as possible, by any means possible, because the people that want to take her down happen to have a lot of power. And that's pretty sad.
So, in other words, you're Jaguar Wright's muscle, if need be.
I'm Jaguar Wright's everything.
There you go. Everything.
He also had some interesting things to say about Jaguar's ops.
Today, with all the Diddy rumors with Puff Daddy.
Well, you know that 99 people can't be wrong and Diddy's right. So you know it's him. And you guys can't be naive to the fact that this stuff happened. That's why I say you're not going to see anybody refute anything I say. You're also not going to see anybody refute anything that Jaguar says. The thing that scares people is that they know that we're telling the truth. Why hasn't anybody spoken out to say that Jaguar is wrong or what she said was a lie? Because they can't.
He then claimed that some celebs allegedly tried to bribe Jaguar to keep her mouth shut, stop spilling tea on them, but she refused.
She's not taking any money from Jay-Z. She's not taking any Diddy's money. Matter of fact, she don't even have to speak out against them too. There's 20 people online today talking about it. Kanye West, 50 Cent, the driver in our Uber today.
Now, given how she's narrowly managed to escape that, you'd think that she would be more careful about speaking on the Carters, right? But if you thought that, you clearly do not know Jaguar at all, because she is as fearless and bold as they come. She recently shifted her focus from Jay-Z to Beyonce, claiming that Beyonce is just as bad as her husband. In her latest interview with Piers Morgan, Jaguar made a bold and controversial claim, alleging that Jay-Z was a mastermind behind the entire Me Too movement. According to her, the reason behind this wasn't noble at all. She suggests that Jay-Z supposedly needed to take down R. Kelly to cover up his own involvement in R. Kelly's criminal activities. Jaguar went on to claim that Jay-Z bankrolled the movement as a way to distance himself and erase any evidence of their past dealings.
Well, because the Me Too movement was a ruse. It was a setup. It was a scam. I'm saying that now, publicly. Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there. If the Me Too movement were real, why aren't they speaking now? They've also been very quiet in this time of the diddler's downfall.
But that's not all, because she also had something to say about Aaliyah's death, claiming that she was allegedly unalived by Beyonce.
I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim?
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about, Pierce.
Well, Jaguar did not hold back with the claim and firmly stated her piece. As I mentioned, the rumors surrounding Aaliyah's death being linked to foul play have been swirling for years, and fans have connected the dots back to the Carters, suggesting that it all stemmed from Jay-Z's alleged obsession with Aaliyah, which reportedly made Beyonce jealous. But before Jay-Z became infatuated with Aaliyah, she was married to his close friend R. Kelly. Yes, the same R. Kelly that Jaguar accused Jay-Z of setting up to take down. And let's not overlook the shady aspect of his entire situation. R. Kelly essentially coerced Aaliyah into that marriage when she was 15 and he was 27. Her parents had to intervene to get the marriage annulled, but it's still super creepy that Jay-Z knew about it and didn't say a word. He even watched his friend marry her at such a young age, only to turn around and develop his own obsession with her later. It's a tangled web of weirdness and questionable choices and shady circumstances. But to set the stage, Aaliyah was the ultimate e-girl in Hollywood during the early 2000s. She wasn't just a top female star, she was arguably the best hands down. But with all that fame came many admirers, and everybody wanted a chance with her, especially Jay-Z and Dame Dash. The tension between them was already simmering, but it escalated when they both started vying for Aaliyah's attention. That's when things turned messy, culminating in Jay-Z betraying Dame in a shocking move by selling the record label right out from underneath him. Aaliyah was fully aware of her status and made sure no one forgot it. She enjoyed the attention and played the field, hanging out with various guys without fully committing to any of them. And according to sources, it wasn't even about physical relationships for her. She simply loved being in the spotlight and all the perks that came with it. But in the midst of all this, Jay-Z and Dame Dash were both trying to win her over, fully aware that the other was doing the same thing. This created a silent competition between the two, each striving to outdo the other for Aaliyah's affection. The entire scenario was saturated with drama and rivalry.
It's a long story.
So you and Jay was both getting at Aaliyah, obviously.
Everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro.
Right.
She was like, you know, she'll go to dinner with a nigga, but she wasn't going to just be smashing. So that was like the big deal, like who could get with Aaliyah.
But you know, Jay-Z isn't the one to take losses lightly. He's the one that said, I will not lose. And this whole situation was already precarious. However, everything escalated when Aaliyah ultimately chose to date Dame. The twist, Dame didn't even tell Jay-Z directly, but he found out anyway because it all unfolded at a 4th of July party that they were all attending. Following the Aaliyah situation, Jay-Z began a relationship with Beyonce, but many people thought he still had deep feelings for Aaliyah. The fact that there was already a rivalry between Beyonce and Aaliyah at the time didn't make things any easier. Being entangled in the love triangle only added to the complications. Then when Aaliyah tragically lost her life in an accident, Beyonce ended up with both the man and the status. But anyways, do you recall Jaguar's interview with Piers Morgan, in which she accused Beyonce of possibly being involved in Aaliyah's death? Well, the moment Jaguar made those shocking allegations, Beyonce's legal team sprang into action. They quickly threatened Piers Morgan with the lawsuit, and he crumbled faster than a house of cards. He promptly issued a public apology and then made a point to distance himself from Jaguar, as if he had never heard of her before.
Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Well, Jaguar is now out here claiming that she has received credible intel that Beyonce is allegedly out here to get her and has allegedly put a hit out on her. According to her, her life is in danger, a grave danger because of this. And she has asked people to allegedly hold Beyonce responsible if she goes missing. But I want to know what y'all think about this.
Whew, honey, when I tell you that is a lot. I want to know, what do you guys think about this? Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot, and I'll see you guys on another video. Bye.